Hey guys, welcome back. Nintendroid here, and today I want to show you how to set up the Dig front-end app to use with your standalone emulators. Now, I'll be honest with you, this probably will work better with RetroArch, but I don't use RetroArch, so I'll show you how to set this up with the standalone emulators. Now, you can visit our website in the intro and outro of every video to get to our app store, or you can get these apps from the Play Store. It's up to you. So before you begin, you will need all your emulators set up and installed with your ROMs. Now I'll show a list of the emulators that I use on the screen here, and you can pause the video to write down that list and get those apps installed. So you will need these apps installed and set up before you even set up Dig. So go ahead and fill your hard drive with all your favorite ROMs, set up all your apps, and get everything working with your controller. Test each app, make sure it works, and then finally you can set up Dig at the very end. So get all these apps installed and set up and get everything ready, and then we'll go ahead and open Dig here. Now I'm using an Nvidia Shield today, but you can do this on any Android device, mobile, phone, tablet, or even an Android TV box or a Fire TV device. So once we open Dig, you'll see this flashing icon in the top right corner. So if you click on that, that'll show you like news and announcements for the app. So just click on that and take a look at those if you want. But we'll go back, we'll close that out. And the first thing we need to do is go down to the options menu and click on options. So we'll scroll down there, click on options, and then you'll see ROM scanning at the top. Now click on that to expand that, and then you can scroll down to where it says start manual scan. So you want to click there, and that'll start scanning for the ROMs on your device. Now if you have all your ROMs in one folder, select where it says select folder to scan, as it'll just scan that one folder. If your ROMs are just kind of scattered on your device and just kind of anywhere, just scan the whole device. But today we're going to click on the single folder, so we'll go in there. I'm going to select my external storage. I have all my games in one folder called games, and then I have a ROMs folder in there with all the systems in there. So I'm going to select this folder and click confirm, and that will start the scan. Now you'll see that little wrench icon at the top right, and that'll let you know it's working in the background, scanning those ROMs. So if you try to move the cursor around right now, you'll notice it jumps around and jumps back up to that wrench icon. So you can click on that and it'll show you how many folders are left to scan and the progress there and the images to check. So that's letting you know that it's scanning, and all those images will be your box art, all that stuff. So give that just a few minutes to scan. You can click the wrench again to check the progress. You'll see that those numbers go down. But eventually your cursor will stop jumping around there if you try to move it. And then we can go down to themes, and I'll show you how to install a theme for this app. I use the SNES Classic emulator theme with this. I'll show you how to get that with the TV Bro app on your device. So if you don't have TV Bro, you'll need that app. You can get that from our file linked in the group. So if you click on themes, you'll notice you can change it here where it says black, or you can scroll down to where it says install theme. So we'll open TV Bro, and we'll go to digdroid.com to get another theme for this app. Now you only get 3 themes with the free version, so you'll need the premium version of Dig to use more than those included themes. So let's open the TV Bro app and go to the digdroid.com website. So just click back on your remote and then scroll over to where the address is, and then you can just type in digdroid.com, then click search, and that'll take us to the DigDroid website, and you want to click where it says themes there. So we'll click on themes, and then here's the list of themes. You can look at each one. It'll show you kind of a preview of what it looks like in Dig. And if we scroll down, there's a second page down here. So click on the little number 2 there to go to the second page. And then the one I use is called the SNES Classic Mini EUR by Snowblind. So I'm going to click on that. And see here it shows you what that's going to look like when you install it. So we'll scroll down to the file to download the file. It'll say download down here. And then you'll click on that address to download that file. So if you hadn't used TV Bro before, allow the permission for storage so you can download that file. And then you'll see the down arrow at the top there. You can click on that to see the progress. And then don't click on that file. Just press your back button to go back. And then press back again and click on the X to close TV Bro. And now we'll go back in Dig, and we can go down to where it says install theme. Click there, and then we'll have to navigate to where that is. Now for you, if you use TV Bro, it'll be in your storage download folder. And it will be a zip file. So I'm going to navigate to that on mine and click on that zip file there, and then click confirm. That will install the theme, and then we'll click where it says black on that little arrow and scroll down to click on the SNES Classic theme, to click on that and change it. Now you'll see that theme installs. I had to mute that music. So you can scroll through here and look at all the options. It just kind of changes the user interface a little bit. And the first thing we'll need to do is go into systems. And then you'll notice here that you may have some systems that you don't have an app installed for. Like for me, it showed up with ColecoVision and the MAME emulator, and I don't have those installed. So what that's doing is it's pulling the wrong games for the wrong system. We can fix that later. But I'll show you how to hide those systems, and then I'll show you how to change these icons where the system doesn't have an icon. And then I'll add a file pack to FileInked for some of these images, because this theme doesn't come with some of the images. So the first thing you need to do is go into the system and click on that little menu icon and go down and click on Manage System and then Ignore System. I'll show you that again if you missed it on the next one. So again, click on that system, click on the menu icon, scroll all the way down to where it says Manage System, click there, and then go down and click on Ignore System, and then click OK. And that'll hide those systems. Now let's go to one that doesn't have the proper icon on it. I'll show you how to fix that. Now most of these images will come with the theme, but for GameCube and Saturn, it doesn't have pictures for these. So I'll add those to FileInked so you can get those later. So long press on that system and select New Image. And then we'll have to navigate to where that picture is stored on our device. So for me, that's on my external hard drive because I already downloaded these. I'll show you how to get those in the theme here in just a few. So I'm going to navigate to that folder and select the GameCube icon and then confirm. And now I have the GameCube icon there. So again, we'll have to do the same thing for Sega Saturn. I'll scratch that. Let me show you how to change the icons on ones where you want to see a different icon. So you'll long press on it and change the image. And then that picture will come in the theme. So we'll navigate to Android, the dig folder, files, themes, the classic SNES Classic folder. It'll be one without a file extension. So we'll go into that folder and go down to Systems, and that's where all the icons will be stored. So for this one, we'll change it to Genesis instead of Mega Drive since we're in the US. And there's the Genesis picture, so I'll click on that, click on Confirm. And now we'll add an image for Saturn. Sorry about that. So we'll long press on that image and select New Image. And again, I'll have to navigate to where I've saved that. If you got it from File Links, it'll be in Storage, Download. But I have that on my external hard drive. So I'm going to navigate to that picture and select it. That'll be the Saturn icon. And then I'll click Confirm. And now we have a picture for Sega Saturn. So again, we're going to change Super Nintendo because I'm in the US and I want the Super Nintendo picture. So again, that's going to be in Android, Data, in the dig folder, Files, Themes, and then it'll be in our theme folder. So we'll go in there and go down to Systems, and we'll scroll down until we see SNES USA. So I'll click on that image and then click Confirm, and that'll change it. And then I'll do the same with PC Engine because I want to see the TurboGrafx-16 logo there. So again, a lot of these will come with the theme that you download, and that'll be in Android, Data, in the dig folder, Files, Themes, and then go into your theme folder and click on Systems and look for the picture there. So it'll be TG16, click on that, and then click Confirm. And there we have it. So now that we have all the proper icons and everything, we'll need to go into each system and make sure that it opens the proper emulator. So if you've installed the standalone apps that I use at the beginning of the video here, you shouldn't have much setup to do. It should just automatically open with the proper emulator, but I'll show you just in case it doesn't. So for Atari, for instance, we'll click on that. I'll go into the Atari 2600 system. And I'll click the menu icon and scroll all the way down to Manage System and click on that. And then there's our emulator at the top. So we'll click on that and make sure it's set to 2600.emu because that's the emulator that we use for Atari 2600. So that's set. So I'm going to click on a game just to make sure it does open with that app. So I'll click the big play button and yeah, it opens with Atari 2600.emu. So now we can exit that app and that'll bring us back into Dig. So you'll have a shortcut that you've mapped to your controller for exiting those apps when you set up those emulators. So now we can go back, and next we'll go into Game Boy. And we'll just make sure that each system opens with its proper emulator. Now while I'm in Game Boy here, see how that's green? I'll show you how to change that to gray if you want it to be black and white. So when we click our mapped button to exit the game, we'll still be in the app. so we can go into the options menu. We'll scroll down and click on close game when you're on this screen. It'll be at the bottom. Click close game. Click yes. And now we want to go to options and then video, and then go down till you see GB palette. It'll be your Game Boy palette. And you'll see a color on the right there. So we'll click on that, scroll down to where it says gray, click on gray. And then you'll see gray on the screen there. So now we can go back and exit. And now when we open a game, it'll be black and white. So in Dig, when the first time you see this, just click on Don't Show Again, and then uncheck the two boxes to send anonymous data, and then click OK. So let's open that again. And now you can see that's black and white. It's up to you if you want it to be green or black and white. I like the black and white for original Game Boy games. So we're going to exit that one and move on to the next. So we'll go back, and that'll be Game Boy Advance. So we'll go in there, we'll open a game, and again we're just making sure that it opens with the proper emulator. And it does, everything seems to be working. So we can just exit this game now. And go back and exit the emulator. Now we can go back to our list of systems, and next will be Game Boy Color. And we'll click a game and just make sure it opens with the proper app. So again, all this should work the first time you run Dig to set it up, if you only have those standalone apps installed. Now if you have RetroArch installed, it'll be different. But I'm just going through each system here just to make sure that they all open with the proper apps and that everything works. I can exit the emulator from within Dig. Again, you do that in the setup of each individual emulator. That's the same way with RetroArch. You'll have a shortcut of buttons that you can click on your controller that'll exit you out of games and bring you back into Dig. Because when you exit that emulator, you'll come back into Dig. So I'll go ahead and go through the rest of the systems here. And if I run into any issues, I'll show you how to fix those. So far, everything's working as it should. Everything's opening the proper apps. And I'm able to exit each one of those apps with the shortcuts that I've mapped to my controller. Now the only one I had trouble with was Redream and Dreamcast. It doesn't work properly with Dig. But you can still use it in Dig. It'll just open the Redream app, and then you'll see the list of games in Redream, and you'll have to select a game from there. Hopefully there's an update to fix that later. So this simulator is drastic for Nintendo DS. Just making sure that everything works. So I'm going to quit that one. And go back. and then NES. And all the pictures for the games will fill in over time. It just takes a long time for Dig to get all those images and everything. I'm just going to open a GameCube game that I've already opened before. On some of these you'll see disc 1 and disc 2, so you'll want to pick disc 1. We'll exit that one, everything's working. And we'll go back, go to PlayStation. So yeah, that's working, so we're going to exit that one. And go back. PSP. Just open a game here, click the big play button, make sure it works. So yeah, that one loaded up. We can press back on our controller and then go to exit. And then exit again. Now for Sega CD, you will have to add the BIOS in the md.emu app. You'll have to add the BIOS for the different Sega CD models if you want to play the Sega CD games. But the md.emu app will emulate Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, and Sega CD. And Dig will be able to tell the difference. So now we've come to Dreamcast, and this is the one that I had trouble with. So you'll see here when I click on play, it just kind of opens the Redream app. Now I was able to go into Dig and manually select Redream as the system for that, and it would load a game, but then once I force closed Dig or Redream, it would come back to the same problem where it would just open Redream and wouldn't launch the game directly. So that's a problem with Dig and Redream. But for every other app, it works perfectly. Redream and Dreamcast was the only system that I had trouble with. So hopefully an update will fix that later. It has something to do with Redream not having the proper activity to launch directly into games. Yeah, Genesis works. We'll check Master System. And that works. We'll check Saturn. That one works. So yeah, if you run into any that don't open, you'll have to, on the system, click that little notebook looking icon, the menu icon, and manually set the emulator. But like I said, if you have just the standalone emulators installed that I showed in the beginning of the video, it should automatically work with all those emulators. There's not much setup to do in Dig. You might have to change a couple images here and there, but it mostly just works. So I did run into the problem where a couple of games got picked up by the wrong system, and I had to go in and kind of manually rescan and tell it where to look for the ROMs for that system. You'll see those in the menu if you run into that problem. But I didn't cover that in this video. So yeah, once you have everything checked and everything works, you're all set up. You'll just have to leave the app open to get all those images. Now, that will take a long time. Or you can just use the app every now and then and it will eventually get all those images over time. So you can click that wrench icon at the top right to see the status there and see the number of images left. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Except for the Dreamcast emulator. I wish there was a fix for that, but I wasn't able to get it. So I hope that helps you guys. That's a basic setup of Dig once you have all the standalone emulator apps. So thanks for watching. Happy streaming and happy gaming.